What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. So this is a Throwback Thursday, and I've got another little story for you guys. Since you enjoyed my last little story time segment, I'm gonna give you guys, now this isn't gonna be like a every week thing because I can't even remember a lot of the crazy moments that I've had. But this is one that came to mind after I did that video because I had totally forgot about it. Excuse me. I was choking earlier. I had saliva in my mouth and I went to go like swallow my saliva, but then I hiccuped and it kind of like I kind of like sucked it back and it just it was horrible. So anyway, that was weird. Woo, anywho. All right, so you guys know that I absolutely hate spiders. I cannot. I'm telling you, like, I don't know if it was my niece when she was younger, or this isn't the story, but I don't know if it was my niece when she was younger or my sister when we were younger. But you know how on Halloween you go trick or treating and sometimes they give you little toys or whatever, and you know, like those little spider rings, those little plastic spider rings that you can get like 50 of them in a bag from Party City or whatever. Well, there was one time I was using the bathroom and I don't remember if it was my sister or my niece, but one of them flicked it under the door while I was using the bathroom. When I tell you I screamed so loud, like that was not even cool, like at all. It was tragic. It was tragic. So, years ago, when I was in Connecticut, I was living in a place where there were no roaches, no ants, no centipedes, but almost every day you would see a spider somewhere. And I couldn't stand it because I really firmly believe that depending on where you live, like the more trees and plants, the more bugs, just kind of appear in your house. It is what it is. So, this place had like a tree directly in front of the house because a parking lot was right in front of it, and then the tree was like right there splitting two parking spaces. So I guess it may have come from there. There were a couple of trees, some trees in the back too. So I'm like, okay. It was so ridiculous because like this was a different apartment from the one that I lived in that had the centipedes. So I was like, man, like if it's not one thing, it's another. So I was here probably for like, I want to say maybe about a year and a half. Maybe about a year and a half I was there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So I kind of had, I guess, a little PTSD from my previous apartment. But this was not like a building, it was just, a regular apartment or whatever. So, like, I remember, like, I would see them randomly in the bathrooms. It was so bad. And sometimes in the closet. And I remember one day, and this is not part of the story, but this is just making me itch so bad because I went to go grab a sweater out of my closet and there was like a dead one on the sweater. And I was like, oh my God. When I tell you, like, I almost threw the sweater away. That's that's how bad I cannot stand these things. Like, I almost threw my sweater away. I was like, oh my God, I can't. So I figured out a way to take it off and I threw it in the washing machine and I washed it twice. And I was just like, I don't even know if I wore the sweater again or not, or if it took me a long time to wear it. I don't remember at all. But that wasn't it. So one night, now I still have this habit. I When I had anxiety really, really bad, I used to carry I used to have cases of water in the backseat of my car, because I used to get them so bad that I would be short of breath and hyperventilate, and I would always feel safer, in a sense, if I had water, because I felt like I could breathe if I had a little, if I stayed hydrated. So at night, I would always keep a bottle of water by my bed all the time, because if I didn't share this with you before, the first time I had an anxiety attack or a panic attack was in my sleep. Like, I woke up out of my sleep and had one. So for a long time, I couldn't sleep at night, because in my head, I was always fearful that I was going to get another one. So I always had water by my bed, but now I still keep it by my bed because I get thirsty at night, or I take my vitamins in the morning, so I always want to have my water by my side. So I kept this going, for a while. So this particular, and I always keep it in a bottle. But I felt safe. So I had like a cup of water, and there were some lights in the room that kind of illuminated, but not too much during the night. So I can see, even though it was really, really dark, I can see a little bit. So I had a cup of water on my nightstand, and I went to go take a sip of water, and literally, I picked up the cup and I went like this, but I put it down because I couldn't see. So I turned on the light. And when I tell you, oh, this makes me itch so bad. When I tell you there was like a big yellow one in the cup. Oh my God, can you imagine if I would have drank my water in the dark and I didn't turn on the light? You guys, when I tell you I almost threw up, I couldn't sleep after I saw that. I think it was probably it was really in the middle of the night, and I had to go to work the next day. I could not, I would not. I felt so disgusted. I brushed my teeth twice. I couldn't eat anything. It made me so sick to think that if I would have never turned on that light, oh my God, just thinking about it now just makes me gag. If I would have never turned on that light, you guys, and those are to me, those yellow ones, those are the ones that I think that kind of jump in the trees and stuff like that. I've got another story for you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll save that one for next week. Maybe this weekend. But, oh my goodness, I've got another story for you guys when it comes to that. I'm going to save that for, if I don't do it over the weekend, I'll save it for next week's Throwback Thursday. You guys are not going to believe it. But I almost died. I just couldn't. I couldn't. And that just freaked me out even more. The yellow ones are the ones that kind of creep me out. They all creep me out. But I don't know, something gross about those random yellow ones, the house ones. Oh my God. Y'all, my hands are starting to sweat now just thinking about it. I could not. I was so beside myself. I don't know if I told anybody. I might have told who was my ex at the time. And I don't know, I think he just laughed at me. He didn't think it was a big deal. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I told my girlfriend. I think I did tell my girlfriend, and she just laughed at me. And I'm like, this is so not funny. Can you imagine? That she was like, no, I can't imagine. But that was funny because it was going to happen to me, of course. But that just added on to my dislike for these little creepy, crawly things. So, yeah, that was disgusting. So, leave your comments down below. Let me know what's the craziest thing that you remember happening to you when it comes to bugs or anything of that sort. Does it beat what I just told you? Let me know down below. And let me know if you enjoyed this story time. There is definitely another one coming, you guys. I promise you, there's another one coming. But until then, let me know what you think down below. Leave your comments. If you feel disgusted, I don't blame you. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Doodles!